have here just been told that there is an additional final here. That was probably supposed to be, that was scheduled to be the final swimming action of the evening, but there is another final now about to come on to poolside, and that's a rerun of the men's 50 meters freestyle S11. You remember, if you were watching previously, we thought there was some problem with the electronic timing. Some of the times looked not very good at all, and the officials have looked at that and they've decided that we were correct. The electronic timing did go awry, and they're having a rerun of this event. So
that's right, Paul. They will have gone to the manual backup, so the timekeepers at the end of the lane do have backup watches, and the electronic scoreboard stops very, very briefly, only for perhaps 100th of a second or more, flicked from 25 point to a 26 point. There was also a clock recorded at 1:14, which is just very, very odd for this event. So it's a rerun, and there was some strange finishes there across the pool. So as yet, there is no world champion. All competitors line up and are about to take their marks. Let's watch Chekurov in 4 from the Russian Federation. Oh, well, they were asked to take the marks. That's very, you're asked to take their marks and then told to relax. There's only one way you can go when that happens, and that's into the water, I'm afraid. And that's actually not good news. These waters are around about 76, if you're lucky 78 degrees. They've probably dropped to 76, and that's cold, well down below body temperature, and the air is cool. You do not want to be in the water. You do not want to be full starting.
Well, it looks like it's not a full lineup here in this final. I'm just wondering if the swimmers were given the option to re-swim it or not. Because we have Sousa in lane 2, we have Chekurov in lane 4, and now we have Drake in lane 8. So just 3 swimmers here taking this second start to try and improve the times from the first heat. Well, the first run of the final, I should say.
That's right, Paul. Chekurov really churning up the waters. Very tight on the lane rope there, though. But let's watch the clock. He's made this his own. He's a full body length clear. His stroke rate slowing down there. There's the tappers into the finish. 26.32. I'm sure he knocked out a 25 point, a high 25 in the final earlier this evening. But he was given a mid to high 26 point.
And the tapper's celebrating there, Nick. I'm just going to have a look to see if I can get the results of this final previously. There's 26.32. That was an excellent swim there from the Russian. It's really an unprecedented situation here.
Drake recording 28.61 for the USA. Second over in lane number 8. 28.93 for Sousa of Brazil. Matheus Sousa. A very interesting call in terms of why 3 chose to race and the other 5 didn't. That may be made clear well, a little later.
I think maybe it's a case of, you know, can you think that you've got the energy to improve the time that you did previously? Maybe it's something happened. We saw it in London in the Paralympic Games for the visually impaired events. There was an unintentional foul, if you like, at the Paralympic Games, where one of the swimmers thought he'd been tapped by the tapper and did a turn in the middle of the pool, only to find out he was actually tapped by mistake by one of his competitors who had strayed over, had an arm stroke over, and they were allowed to he was allowed to rerun the race. So, you know, if you think you didn't perform in the first one, if you think you can go better, why not have another go at it? But you know what it's like when you're in a World Championship final. It's very, very tough to get up for the race, to perform for that race. And that's Hendri Herbst there.